today? It's Maria with my new book I'm launching today, Loving Life at 50 Plus, Embrace Aging Through Humor and Wellness. I am so excited to be here with you guys, not only because I get to share the thoughts that went into this book, but also because I'm with such a great bunch of people here. If the book is a cookbook, you're probably wondering what it is. It talks about loving life at 50 plus, but why is it a cookbook, Loving Life at 50 plus? So I'm going to tell you why. As I started the book, it wasn't a book. It was more just a hobby. I was cooking and writing recipes and just having a blast. And I said, this type of thing really gives me a peaceful feeling as I'm in my midlife. And it's exhilarating, peaceful at the same time. I said, I should share this with others. Maybe they're not crazy about cooking, but who knows? So it was a cookbook. And I started writing and collaborating and putting it together. And then for some reason, as I was doing it, I said, cooking is not the only thing that makes me so happy in my life at this age or any age. I started writing about yoga and fitness and relationships. And I figure if I'm going through all these emotions at this age, there's probably a lot of other women that are going through the same thing. I know my friends and colleagues. I know how women talk and how they feel. Midlife is midlife. There's a lot of challenges. I really feel that I'm glad I wrote this at this time because there are challenges, but I want to tell you that you have to override them. When I wrote this book, I was very nervous about it, and I came into a lot of challenges with it. I would journal first and then write, and coming in contact with those feelings of journaling and also the writer's block, you think you can't do it. But once I did it and I overcame that, it was an incredible feeling of satisfaction. And it really works. It opens a lot of doors. So maybe the doors that you need to open are not through writing. Maybe it's through opportunities, finding a new occupation or career path. I really want to make it clear in here that if you think that you're in midlife, you reach a certain age, you can't do it, it's the opposite of that. You really can do it. You've established yourself. You survived this long, and you have expertise in a lot of different things that you don't even realize. And furthermore, you want to pass this on to someone. You want to keep it to yourself, maybe. Writing is just one way. But I have to tell you, it opens a lot of doors. And it's also the way I express my journey is through writing. But your journey may be through other ways. It's just that you have to be not afraid to embark on this journey. So it's for all ages, not just 50 plus, 40, 60, whatever, 30. It's about confronting those fears that come to you when you think you have obstacles, but you really don't. You can overcome them. And I think most importantly, it would be really really mean a lot to me and make me happy if you guys realize that age is a label, and overcoming that labels is good. You have to have fun and have a healthy outlook at all times. So I hope that I imparted some wisdom on you today, but the thing is, I just really want you to enjoy reading it and make my recipes and have a good time, and maybe just learn how to love life. So it can open doors in other ways besides just writing. Since I started this journey, I've discovered that I have talents that I didn't really know I had. I mean, I'm no real artist in some ways, but I had untapped potentials in certain areas. So I'm exploring those. And I got to do that because I wrote the book and because I had so much support of people around me. The love and support I have from my family is incredible. And the people I met along the way to help me with this, which leads me to introduce my next guest. I'm working with a great team, NG Enterprises. Amber, Alexis, and Jessica. Hi.
Hello. This is a big day.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so exciting. And if I didn't meet these guys, I don't know, if I'd be as happy as I am. They have led me on such a path. So masterminds in every way, but just so supportive and understanding my book and understanding the steps I'm taking and the paths I'm taking. I can't say enough good things.
Well, thank you, Maria. It was about 1.5 years ago that we first met through a mutual friend. And I had no idea what I was in store for our relationship. But minute one, here comes Maria. She's this burst of bright light in the world, and she's so easy to talk to. Humor is at the core of who she is and how she presents. And she started talking about her family, her daughters, and her husband. And I just thought, who is this woman? Like I just felt so drawn to you, and you started talking about your cooking and everything that you're doing, and maybe it could be a book. And I thought, wow, yes, it could be a book.
Yeah.
And then you went down the writing journey, and I'm like holding this book. I read it cover to cover in one setting. I couldn't put it down. I was honestly, it's such a good book, Maria. And I really hope that everybody buys it and supports you. And thank you to your amazing team for what they did to support you as well.
Yeah, Maria, we're just so excited for you. Like Amber said, I mean, we've been working together for 1.5 years now, which is unbelievable. It feels like I've worked with you for 10 years, and also that we just started this. Like, how are we doing? It's so exciting to see. But it's been so fun because I've watched you challenge yourself so much and step outside of your comfort zone. So it's not that you just like wrote this book about all the ways that you can still live a really full life. You're doing it. And I just think that that's been a really beautiful thing. So just watching you do that over the last year, the book, the whole process, like you gave it everything that you had. You didn't skimp on anything. And I'm just so proud of you. I've just enjoyed working on this project with you and with Jess. We just love you, Maria. We're so excited for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Maria, I am so glad that the universe brought us together. And I've been part of this journey with you. You are so authentically real and sweet, and you have the biggest heart. And working for you has been just easy. It's just been easy, and it's been fun, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. That's so nice.
Right now.
You guys are so great. You guys are so great. You just totally bridge the gap between, media and writing. And it's just, it's so helpful, but thoughtful too. So you couldn't be more like appreciative.
Just thank you for picking us.
What I would like to do is, if it's okay, Maria, I'd like to share my screen and then show people your book sales page. And then I'm hoping I can dig in and ask you some interview questions that I came up with.
Oh, thank you. I love that.
I want to spend a little bit of time to get your voice out. So let me just go ahead and share my screen here. Just give me 1 second. It's always awkward when you're doing that. Okay, you guys can see it? Not yet. There we go. Okay. So this is her book sales page, and there's like a little, what they call a hamburger menu icon up here where you can start to navigate into the rest of her website, shop her recipes, learn more about her, check out her blog, join her email list, etc. But where I really want you to spend your time on in this moment is her book sales page. And so we'll drop the link in chat. It's all over social media. You can't miss it. And you can get a little bit more of a sense of, what the book is about. But right here in this section, you'll see there are 2 steps. Step 1 is you can order your book on whichever retailer you want. I'm an Amazon junkie, so I naturally go over there. You will see that Maria is already a #1 new release, which is so awesome. We've had people getting bulk orders of upwards of 100 copies, passing them out to their friends and to their clients and to their networks and starting book clubs. And it's just a really cool opportunity to really open up and connect and share and build something super awesome with your community. So you can go ahead and buy and check out, but I want you to come back to the book sales page to get your bonuses. And if we scroll down just a bit, Maria's worked really hard on these bonuses, and she has created so much out of just this one idea to create the book. It turned into so many other things that we'll be talking about today. Some of the bonuses, as you can see here, she has a playlist for girls' night out. The second one, and actually, Maria, I'd like you to talk a little bit about this one because I love this one. It's your favorite yoga routine. So tell us a little bit more about that one bonus.
Oh, thanks. So actually, it's my yoga routine. I take a lot of yoga classes. I actually like to change up the sequence once in a while. But this, I decided, is the one I stick to. I try to do it every morning for 45 minutes. Try. And I know the days I do it are going to be a good day. It sets the tone for the whole day. And I wanted to share that with you because maybe you don't do yoga, or maybe you do a little bit of it, but you don't have favorite poses. And I feel like if these are my favorite poses, maybe they could be your favorite poses too. It sets the frame for the day and it gets the blood flowing. And I just feel that I have energy. And it's more than just exercise for me, because I love exercise, all types of exercise. Don't get me wrong. I walk a lot, I do the treadmill. But when I do this one, I feel like this particular sequence gets me in the right spot. It's challenging, but I'm not going to collapse. You may, when you do this, you may enjoy this. Maybe it'll be on the side of somewhat challenging, or maybe be too easy. But the good thing about yoga is you could go through your flow at your own pace. And I hope I communicate that with my video.
Yeah, this is awesome. And I have to just take a second to also call out, in your book, at the end of every chapter, there is a move with meaning section. And so she's showing you a pose and she's walking you through this kind of exercise. And the thing that stood out to me personally, because what Maria and I have in common is I also start my day with yoga. I just love the stretching. I feel aligned. I feel powerful in my body. I feel more clear in my mind and just ready for my day. But what I haven't been doing, and absolutely did start doing since reading, is she actually guides you through how to integrate affirmations into your yoga pose. Because a lot of times when I'm doing yoga, the monkey mind comes in and I'm thinking about different things. And sometimes, knowing my personality, I'm like kind of a driver, high performer. I'm like, no, I got to think this way and got to do these things. And yet this is a very different approach where it's just allowing your mind to kind of settle in. And for example, on this page I just randomly came to, it says, inhale deeply and say, I am strong. I respect my body. I exhale and say, I release shame about my fill in the blank. And she's
Right, yeah.
And I thought, duh, like, of course you should do that. I've never heard that before, Maria. So really special. That meant a lot to me.
Well, good. I'm so glad you like that part.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I know when you go to a yoga class, there's usually the beginning, you set an intention, or you don't have to.
Sure.
You could just let your mind wander. But for me, it's helpful because my mind wanders too, a lot. So I try to get something accomplished with each pose, with each sequence. But by the same token, not too much. You kind of want to enjoy. It's kind of, yoga's almost like dance motion, but you get that mental benefit as well.
Yeah, I like that. Well, so if nothing else, if you get a copy of the book and you come back to get your bonuses, I mean, definitely bookmark her favorite yoga routine and walk through that with her. There's also recipes on here that are delicious. And if you look in Maria's book, holy smokes, I even bookmarked a couple of these because I thought, oh my gosh, this tuna pasta salad looks delicious. You've got treats and sweets and all sorts of the variety of recipes is what really surprised me, Maria, because, you know, a lot of times in cookbooks, it's like, forget the carbs, forget the sugar, forget the salt. And it's like, but I want all the yummy stuff too. And
right.
Packed with the yummy.
Everything in moderation, I like to say.
Packed with the yummy. So yes, you'll love that. One other that I wanted to touch on, and then we'll move on so that people can go get their copy. And then I got to dig into a couple of these interview questions. And I know you have your other guest here as well, but the makeup tutorial. And it's been so fun to watch you experiment with your own look over this past many months. And you have been doing these makeup consults, and I love your new looks. I love what you're doing for your clients. Can you speak into a little bit more about that for us?
Yeah, I love it. It's so much fun. I like I like a face is like a blank canvas. And of course you have to take care of drink a lot of water and take care of your skin. Absolutely. First priority. But it's fun to take a blank canvas and just like paint it like you would be doing a painting. Your face is like a work of art. It's a painting. I enjoy it not only for that, because it adorns women and makes them look beautiful and makes them feel good, and it makes me feel good to do that. But also, I'm actually helping them because while I'm doing it, I explain it. So while fill in the brow, don't just leave it blank, things like that while I'm doing it. You can't just, you can just keep your mouth shut and not teach them while you're doing it, but it's a habit of mine. Like when I do something, I want to share how I did it. So while I'm doing it, I explain it to them, and I'll do it for events, or just for anything, just if you want to look pretty one night. It doesn't have to be a big event. It's just something that is a part of me. And the self-care regime every morning, like the routine, is very important to me. It's very rare, not necessarily for everyone, but it's very rare that I go out of the house without a little bit on. Sometimes very little, next to none. But I feel, and this is not everyone, I feel like a little bit of adornment of your colors and stuff just kind of makes your day.
Yeah.
So that's my.
Well, I really relate to this because so my business is virtual, right? It has been for 15 years. I help authors like Maria launch their books, and all day long I'm sitting in a Zoom room. And so really you only see from here up. And you hear a lot of people like, oh, I have pajama pants on or whatever, but not me. I actually dress fully. I'm in heels right now. And I'm fully dressed up and ready to go. And people always ask me, why do you do that? You don't have to do that. And I say, yes, I do, because how I feel on the inside creates what happens on the outside. And to me, that is important. That is why I get plenty of sleep. That is why I eat healthy and I drink water and I do yoga and I put on my makeup and I fully dress. And Maria, I've noticed that same thing about you. And I think it's wrapped up into the same reason why you educate people as you're putting on their makeup. It's because at the root of it all, you are about empowerment. And when I was reading your book, it is nothing but empowering me, the reader, the entire time, which is why I couldn't put it down. I read it cover to cover because with every page I read through your personal life stories, your humor, your advice, your recipes, your list of your recipes for success, even not actually like to make food, it all empowers you. And I just turned 40 and I found myself thinking, this is not just for loving life at 50 plus, because at 40, I thought, wow, I have so much to learn and implement here to feel my best independent of what's happening in the outside world. And I just want to add, and then I'm going to let, this kind of leads into my question. In the very beginning of your book, the first thing that hit me right between the eyes, and I'm just going to read this, is this beautiful picture of Maria's family that she has in here. So it's a color book, which I love. You said, then a beautiful thing happened. One day in my 40s, I looked in the mirror and I stopped and asked myself, who am I doing this for? The answer was other people. And it was this beautiful moment that set up how you had been living your life in the pursuit of what others thought or what you thought it should have been. And then there was this shift into what you really want to experience. So can you speak more about that?
While I was doing it for other people, I was doing it for myself, because it brought being a wife and a mother brings me the most happiness in my life of anything. But I realized that they were always going on to, there were goals for each of them, and I would not have it any other way. So I am happy to be a part of their goals, but it's not my job to achieve their goals. It's my job to love them to the best of my ability, and I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. It's the best thing in the world. But then I said, wait a second, I'm not living forever. No one is. So when they're all wonderful human beings, and there's more to life than just loving people. I firmly believe that we all should have goals. We all should have goals, not just to love and support each other, but maybe an occupation, a career path, or something that makes us feel alive and feel satisfied. So I realized that 40 is not, it's not really old, but it's not young either.
Yes.
So no, it's a great age. It's a great age. And I really started I really started celebrating life at 40, and the aspect that when you're 40, you have you start, at least I did, less filters. Like you're more free, you're more free to say what you want to say. A, because you have a little bit more wisdom, and B, because you have a little more confidence. You've come this far, right? You accomplished all these things. You really don't have to worry about insecurity. I mean, to a certain extent, whatever. We're all a little bit, insecure, but
yeah.
it's nice to have that confidence. And then, but the identity, sometimes the identity crisis comes in. What? This is a great life, but everyone's having a great life, but am I sure that I've accomplished all I want for me, as well as the others accomplished as much as they did? So I started reevaluating, and it really didn't hit me that I should really do something more until my 50s. I'm just one person. Everyone has a different experience, because my kids were gone for college, and God bless them, they're doing great. My husband, God bless him, doing great. My husband and I spend so much time together, but he works a lot. God bless him. And I'll say it, I got a little bit of the empty nest syndrome. Yeah. I think it's not a secret. I think you all know. Anyone who knows me knows that my family is everything. And when they went their separate ways, a little bit. So I said, now is the time to do what I wanted to do with the book and the soul searching. I said, now's a pretty good time to do this. It wasn't like I said, oh, I woke up one morning and said, I'm doing it now. It just kind of came to me. And when we were on vacation, it was so blissful. I said, I can't freeze this moment. I wish I could. This as glorious and fantastic and beautiful as this is, I don't want to say it, but it's not reality. It's our vacation, and we're all going back to the United States, to our lives. And life is not one big vacation. In my world it is, but I like to say it is. But reality sets in, and we have to find something for ourselves,
Yeah. Well, first of all, I have a little 6-year-old, and I'm already panicking about what happens when he leaves, because I mean, literally, like, you stop everything and you give yourself fully to your children, and then one day they leave, and it's like, well, what? So I'm a little nervous about that personally, even though I have a very full life outside of play, but it's real, and we're mothers and we're nurturers, and obviously that relationship continues. But what I loved about your book, Maria, and this is all genuine, I'm not just saying this because I'm supposed to and it's your live stream. I mean, I legitimately really loved this book. The core universal truths that are in this book, the honesty that's in this book of a woman's experience as she ages, and weight gain and body changes, and what does that mean, and how do I have a relationship with that, and how am I going to self-identify, and where am I going to live in humor and joy and happiness and growth and expansion, and how do I feel about wrinkles coming in and changes, all of it. And people just aren't talking about this, and they're especially not talking about it with humor. And you do. And one of the things that you said, we've so much wisdom. I mean, it's everywhere in this book. I wish we had like 2 hours to dive into it. I really hope people buy this book, not just for themselves, but for their families, for their friends. Get it out into the world, because there's so much wisdom in it. But you say over and over again that humor is really at the center of it all, right? And you've said that from day one with me. Is there anything that you want to share? Then that's one of my last questions, because I want to ask you so many things.
God, I like this one, because humor is so important. I mean, I'm not saying we don't take ourselves seriously. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm saying lighten up. If I always have an expression, it's a cliche. It's the oldest expression in the book. If you're not laughing or crying, well, it's a cliche because it's true. Because when you deal with altercations, there's so much joy in life, but you have to get over the bad stuff. But if you you have to lighten up a little bit and realize that it's going to pass. The stuff is going to pass. You have to be healthy in your approach to life. And I think being healthy in approach to life involves a sense of humor. So when if my metabolism isn't what it used to be, or, I don't sleep as much as I used to, should I cry about it or should I make a joke about it? I think people appreciate it when I make a joke about it. I'm not unsympathetic. Believe me, I totally get it. Like, I totally get it. I want you, if something's bothering you, you better tell me. Not so we can make fun of it, but so we can deal with it. But there's so much in life. Let's enjoy. Even the relationships, even your relationships, romantic relationships, familial, friends, and everything. Take it with a grain of salt. Take it light. That's not undermining our feelings at all. If we love each other, we're gonna get through it.
Yeah, you actually really honor feelings, and you talk about that in the journaling section, which I also thought was really impactful as a way of processing and letting it out. And you even said you journal to take out the garbage, which I love. Oh my gosh, you just have so much wisdom in here, and the way that you explain things, it just makes so much sense and it feels fun. But really, you really honor feelings and you have a routine with getting that out. And then you speak into really bringing humor into the relationship to keep it alive and to keep it stimulated and to have fun with your husband, and be physical. And what would it be like to love your body and honor your body so that you want to express it in multiple different ways? I mean, it's packed with every facet. So I really hope you guys buy it. Go back to our website and get the bonuses. I know Veronica has been patiently waiting with them like over here.
Oh, thank you so much, Amber. Oh my God, that means so much to me.
And I cannot wait to see you in New Jersey in a couple of weeks, where we are going to be celebrating at your live launch party. So thanks for letting me be here.
Oh my God, thanks. It means the world to me. Love you. Okay, so now I get to introduce my BFF, Veronica. Veronica, she's so amazing. She keeps it real. I don't know how this chick keeps it real. She just keeps it real. I mean, look at her. Look at her. She keeps it real. Veronica, I love her. Okay, Veronica, I want to know, like, this woman, she does it all. She has family, professional life, and as a woman in this life that I've been around a long time, you keep it together. We want to know how you like, how do you balance everything? Is there one way or two ways, or you just go with the flow? Like, I really want to know. We all want to know.
Well, first of all, I'm very excited to be here for you today, and obviously very happy for you, and congratulations. This is a very big thing, and I'm very happy for you.
Thank you, sweetie.
But back to your question, is a super loaded question because it's together, and I honestly just do my best, and I think the main thing is, like, we got to keep priorities. We got to make sure we take care of ourselves first, because without us, there's no mom, there's no wife, there's no profession. So I think keeping that priority is always like a super big key to just look like you have it all together, because sometimes I don't, and that's okay.
Awesome. Do you want to talk about your new project or your new?
Oh yeah.
Please.
Thanks, Maria. We are actually having our big opening this Friday. I am opening a medical spa with an IV therapy lounge with my husband in Denville, New Jersey. This Friday is a big grand opening. So very excited about that.
Yeah, I'm so excited because you bring so much medical knowledge, yet you bring knowledge about business. Well, what could be better than that? You got everything going for you. That's awesome. And she has, like, her husband's awesome, and the kids are the cutest thing you ever want to see. Adorable, sweet, and lovely kids. I mean, they're like very good natured, like you guys. It's like great. She keeps it together. She keeps it together. She does it all. What's your biggest challenge in all this? Is there? I mean, there must be, like, I mean, you do it all, but what's your, like, biggest challenge you find, like, with all this? With
I think the biggest challenge really is asking for help, knowing when I need help, knowing that although I try to do everything and I want to do everything, sometimes it's just not doable, and it's not healthy. So that support system that you have and that you take advantage of that, and that people really, you know, Maria, you have kids, and kids means like you need a village and a little more to get through your day.
Yeah.
So I think that it's really the challenge, trying to find that balance between family and work. I think for those who have their business or work on their own, like they know that it's sometimes you work, no, not sometimes, you work harder than you do when you work for somebody else, and there's no time off. And for me, the biggest challenge is that, because I feel like sometimes guilty for not being there like every day, every single minute with my kids. I feel like I miss, you know, the little things that they do. And so I think that's where my struggle is just trying to find that balance, trying to make sure I keep my priorities, and just, you know, and asking for help. I want to do it all, but sometimes
Well, you're doing it. You're just doing it. Everyone is so well adjusted in your house. I've been there. You are doing everything right. There is nothing you're doing that's not right. And yeah, asking for help, that's a challenge for me too, because you want to feel like I got this, right? Well, you do. You got it. I love you. Thank you for being here with me today.
Oh, I'm very happy.
I can't wait to see your future successes, which of course,
oh, thank you.
You're the best. You're the best.
I love you, Maria.
I
You
love
are
you.
honestly, whoever, when they introduce you, they couldn't be like, there couldn't be a better word than just like when Maria comes into any room, she just fills the room with a lot of energy. I'm very lucky to know you over 10 years. We became friends.
I know. I've known her for, it seems like forever. We've like grown together.
Yes. And we practically have. We've done so much, and I just I'm very happy to be here for you.
I'm the lucky one because you're awesome. And I can't wait for this whole business and great things on the horizon.
That's right.
Okay, awesome. Okay, thanks so much for being here. I want to thank everyone for being here. It was like such a great experience today. Thank you everyone for being here and supporting me. I love it, especially my lovable husband and my lovable kids, my lovable husband Otto and Alyssa and Emily. I hope you're watching. If you're not, I don't care. I'm telling you now. I know Otto is watching. I love you so much, and I love working with this great bunch of people. And please continue to stay with me. Read my book, but continue to follow my journey, because everything's a journey. We're not done yet. A lot of work to do. So follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Okay. Follow me on social. Love you guys always.